Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl NiyaMarie, and we're gonna get into the beat today. Like, this is my everyday makeup because this is all I know how to do. Stay tuned for the video, see what products I use to get this beat, baby. Do you see the beat? You see the beat. Makeup friendly, beginner friendly, because I'm still a beginner, so yeah, you see the beat. So stay tuned. Thank you for joining, and I'll see y'all later.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place, 'cause the love you give, it can't be replaced.
Hey y'all. So we coming back with a, I ain't gonna say highly requested and lie, because it ain't highly requested, but it was requested. And I'll be struggling trying to figure out what to post on YouTube because I'm not really that much of a vlogger. I'm trying, but I ain't made it there yet. But somebody asked me to do my makeup routine, so that's exactly what I'm fixing to do, because I'm about to pop out outside for Cinco de Mayo. It's raining in Atlanta though, so it's kind of blah, but hopefully it stops, and I'm just gonna throw on a cute little sweater and get over it. So let's get into the video, and I'm gonna make sure I show y'all the products that I use, because your girl is a cheap girl when it comes to makeup. Real cheap girl. So let me grab my mirror and let's get into it. Okay, so I already washed my face. We're gonna go in with some lip chap because your girl is a little chappy. I'm obsessed. I picked up this how you do it? Oh, I got to do it. I picked up this Focus Summer Fridays. It's probably upside down. Yep. I picked up this Summer Fridays. You probably can't see it. Lip butter balm. Obsessed. We went in with that. I'm gonna clip my hair back. Y'all, I need to get the clips they don't put a dent in your hair, but since I already gotta straighten my leave out, who cares? And I couldn't find my other clip. Clips are like bobby pins for some reason for me. Like, I can never keep up with them. So we're gonna go Perliana and Beauty Supply, because who gonna check me? We're gonna go in and moisturize because your girl is chapped at the face. I already washed my face. This light might be too bright, but this Pond's is my favorite moisturizer right now, because it's not too heavy and I like it. But for some reason they only sell it in this little small travel size bottle, which is very weird. Let me change the lighting on here, because should we go? Let's go back to where we were and maybe bust it down a little. Yeah. She's not too heavy, and I like that. So we're gonna go in with our Pond moisturizer. Face is already washed. And then I'm gonna go in with the Black Girl sunscreen, because even though it's gloomy in the city, you still need to put sunscreen on, because you never know with Atlanta. You never know with Atlanta. So yeah, my phone never goes off like that. But because we got plans, the group chat is group chatting. And make sure you get that neck, okay? Make sure you get that neck. So I went to Target today. I usually use my lip pencil for my eyebrows, but I wanted to try something new today. So I went to Target and picked up the Ultra Precise brow pencil in the color brunette. I don't know. It looked brown, so that's why I got it. If not, I still got my trusty dusty, which is this. And this is Wet n Wild in the color Simmer Brown now. These are only $1. Love them. I also had the NYX brow gel, but I wanted to try the e.l.f. brow lift. So I went in and grabbed this. And then I also got the little spatula doohickey, because I was just been smoothing mine down with the end of a brush. So I'm like, well, my friend told me about it. I said, okay, let me pick this up and see if we can get into the brows with this. 2 minutes. Oh, hold on now. Hold on. I hope that's not saying I got 2 minutes on my SD card, because that probably meaning I need to delete some footage, which I can do because I finally got a hard drive. And it's probably already on the hard drive, truth be told. But I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip and let that dry. I really like this stuff. If I'm really trying to get my makeup to stay, I go in and put a dab of the Milk Gripper. Is that what it's called? The Milk, y'all know what I'm talking about. The Milk Hydro Primer Grip, or whatever it's called. But today we're just gonna use the e.l.f. dupe of the Milk and let that get tacky for a minute. I think it's saying I only got 1 minute left on my thing because it just went down. I know the battery ain't dead. So we're gonna go in with this little brush. And mind you, it's just a spoolie, but this is the e.l.f. Brow Lift Applicator. So you have a spoolie on one end and then the spatula point on the other. So I'm just gonna go in and brush my brows up. And we're gonna go in with the brow lift. Somebody said you're supposed to shape them after you lift them, so it smells good. Now, do I put the spoolie here? Okay, yeah. Put the spoolie in, clean. Yeah, so spoolie in. And I have several spoolies, so that's okay to dip. And if you clean your brushes, you'll be okay. Why does it say 0? Okay, we back. My storage card was full. So we're gonna go in and I'm just gonna brush this all of it through my brows. Hopefully I got enough, cause y'all, story time. I don't know why, but in college, I had this as seen on TV eyebrow shaver, the little electric one. And for some odd reason, I had a fascination with with shaving my eyebrows off every day. And my best friend was my roommate. She's looking at me like, Naya, why do you do that every day? And I'm like, because I got a little hair. Why I thought my eyebrow hairs grew overnight, the world will never know. But I used to have thick, pretty eyebrows. And I really did. I'm not saying that like the perm. Y'all know how we used to say, my hair used to be long when my mama ain't give me no perms. No, I really did have thick eyebrows back in the day, but girl, I tore them to shreds, shaving them off, and like they never bounced back after that. I'm talking about like never bounced back after that. So yeah, that's my current situation. I thought about getting like brow lamination. This is kind of oily, but I'm gonna let it dry. This is my first time using it, and I don't have time for my makeup to be looking crazy. It's like my eyebrows just disappeared. But we're gonna try and see what happens. I got my wine. Sip, 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 hooray. So, now that we have my concealer on, I'm gonna let my eyebrow, not concealer, my primer on. I'm gonna let the brows dry a little bit because I want the pencil to be able to stick when I go in and fill them in. But I like to do a base layer of concealer because my bags are not Chanel. They're more like Target, A New Day, but that's okay. I'm going in with the NARS Naked Concealer. And this is like fairly close to my skin tone. And I just go in and get this, my under eyes. Uh-oh, I forgot to wet my beauty blender. I'll be back, hold on. I'm back. Let me dry my hand. I got a little towel right here. on my chair because y'all know my chairs are cream and I don't want no makeup on my chairs. So I got a towel here and a thing in my chair. They so crazy. Anywho, so we're going to just blend this out and get kind of like an even surface. I probably need to put just a little bit here. Cause for some reason, the older I get, my pimples start turning into dark marks. And I don't pop them, they just heal that way. And it's annoying, but I just go through blend. And this is the damp beauty blender. I'm gonna have to mute them. So I don't know what they talking about, but we're gonna have to mute it. And I just go through and blend. Now, this is how I do my makeup, y'all. It works for me. I am a beginner. I am not that good at doing my makeup, but I do what works best for me. Now, granted, some makeup artists may come under this video, maybe, ain't that many people commenting, but somebody may come in and be like, oh, you did that wrong, or try to do this instead of doing that. Thank you for the advice. I take it and I'll put it in my little booklet, but this works for me and I can get my makeup done. Like, I just put that on silent. It's my iPad still making noise. Hush. I thought you were dead anyway. But this works for me. I'm able to get my makeup done within minutes. I meant to shave my mustache, but oh well. This works for me. Quick beat. When you got places to be, and it works. Okay? So we're out. I got my hair done yesterday, so we a little tender in the scat. And I probably shouldn't do that because she put a net on. So I just blend out my concealer to give me like a more even skin tone. And then we're gonna go in with this pencil. Hopefully it's the right shade, because if it's not, oh yeah. Oh, and it come with a little spoolie in too. Oh, baby, no, this is chalky. Look at this. I don't think y'all can see how ashy that is. But it's brown though, so maybe I just need to give it a chance. Cause it's brown. Maybe I'll just give it a chance. I'm gonna try to do flick of the wrist to kind of just fill it in. But I don't see anything coming off of this pencil. Hello? Y'all see anything coming off? Cause I don't. Not a makeup tutorial going wrong. And this is really not a tutorial, truth be told. Yeah. I don't see nothing. So we're gonna do it. I don't see a thing. I don't see anything. Do y'all see something happening here? I don't see nothing happening. I don't have time to waste. So we're gonna go back in with my trusty dusty and give her a little sharpen, because what is that? I don't even see nothing. So we're just gonna go through. We're gonna comb this back up, because I don't see an ounce of product. I'm gonna just do like hair-like strokes with this and hope that works. You can see it a little bit. Stroke it, stroke it, stroke it, stroke it. And I don't have nothing on the ends of my eyebrow. So we're gonna just stroke it like that a little bit, and then come to this side and stroke it too. My eyebrows, I like to do a little line because my eyebrows are freaking treacherous. Are the brows coming through? They coming through. Y'all, I am so sleepy and I probably shouldn't have had wine because now I'm really like, wah, wah, wah. But I'm hungry, so I'm gonna get up. Okay, I think I'm doing myself a disservice here. I think I'm doing myself a disservice. Because this one doesn't look too bad. Because I really want to master the feathery eyebrow look. And not so much like my eyebrows being, you know, the old school way they did brows. I don't know how they look, but let's clean them up and hope that hope that solves the issue. So we're gonna go in with my flat brush, and this is what I just clean my eyebrows up with. And I go back in with the Naked concealer and I just shape them up so they don't look as foolish as they do now. Just to give them some shape. Not too much. And I remember we used to go back. I used to, but I'm not wearing eyeshadow. So I don't see the need for me to go under it with a lighter concealer. Like, this is enough. So I go under the brow. And then I'm going to try to go over and clean it up just enough. Especially the tail, because I don't have much, so I like to shape that out as much as possible. Voila. Okay, now let's do the bald head eyebrow side. Shape it up as much as possible. Baby, one thing about it, that concealer is gonna be your best friend. Okay, again, did I do something that may not tickle a makeup artist fancy? Probably. But yet again, this is my face, my makeup, okay? So we're gonna go through and blend this in, and I'll be... Okay, our eyebrows are done. Do they look that good? Probably not, but who cares? Then I'm gonna go in with this NARS Soft Matte Foundation. And I just do a couple little dots. Oh, I should have saved my face. I see my mustache. I see my... And what is the trend with not putting foundation on your forehead? Now, I get it if you're not putting it on there and you're wearing a hat of some sort, but y'all literally just don't put makeup on your forehead. I don't like that, but again, that's y'all makeup routine, not mine. So I'm gonna go through with this little cheap brush from the Beauty Supply. I think I had bought this when I was in a hurry and I didn't have what I needed, and I was trying to do my makeup like in the car type situation. And so I stopped at a Beauty Supply and got a little stippling brush to put my foundation on in the car. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm not a foundation on a neck type girl because it ruins my outfit, especially if I hit one of these makeup all over the collar. I keep looking at the viewfinder and not the lens. My bad. But makeup be all over the collar, so I go through with this. I do want to try another foundation. I have Fenty, but she getting kind of old, so I don't think it's like a good color match anymore. Cause usually I need two foundations, one for the cooler months and then one for the warmer months, because I'm a chocolate girl, but my chocolate changes. It changes, okay? Like in the summer, of course, I'm darker, but in the spring, whatever, my skin lightens just a little, but not like drastically. but I can always tell because my foundation just don't be matching, like at all. Like it'll be too dark. Like I have a ColourPop tinted moisturizer that is dark, but it looked perfectly fine when I was in Costa Rica because it was my summer color. And then I tried to put it back on here and it was like dark, and then my skin, it wasn't matching my fall complexion. So am I the only person that I just gotta keep going back through with these eyebrows? Like I feel like maybe I need to put some more wax on them, but I don't want to mess them up. So foundation on. Foundation on. And I don't need to use too much because I just feel like I don't need it. I'm just playing. I don't like to use too much, but because I don't want my face to feel cakey. Let's get us a sippy sip. Then I like to go in with the One Size concealer, and it's the Butter Silk Concealer. Turn up the base. Don't know what that means, but I got it in Deep 1. So it's a little bit lighter, and I like to put it underneath my eyeballs to get a little bit more alive in the nighttime up under there. So I just do a dot there, and you get a lot of product on this one stick, so you don't need much. One dot there and a dot there. And then one small little poop to poop in the middle. That's it. Well, swear by this, I need to go and get some money so I can buy the entire collection, because what? I hear so many things, great things about Patrick Starr's collection, and solely off the concealer, I understand. So I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back and blend it out because I got a TT. Okay, we are back. So we're gonna go through with the blender, and blend. I thought about going on my Instagram and asking everyone questions. Putting up a poll to see if I should do like a get to know me type video here on YouTube, because a lot of people just see my Instagram, but I don't think that they know who I am. But I'm also that type of person where it's like, what you need to know. You know, like I'm not going to disclose where I work. The only thing I'm going to disclose is the city that I live in. I'm not dating. I don't have a man. I don't have kids. So what is it that you would want to know? So I was just like, well, I feel like there are no questions to ask. So I'm like, maybe that's something that I don't need to do, and just kind of continue to find my way on YouTube. And if you have questions about certain things, like I wouldn't mind answering them. So in my mind, I created my own questions that I'm comfortable with sharing, because y'all know how social media can get. People can get real nosy and start piecing your life together without you even knowing. So don't do that. So I'm like, but here are some things that I wonder if people know. One, how old am I? I am grown. I am 31, which is the new 21. I am 31, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. How I'm ready to say it, it's not Atlanta. I was born in Northside. I'm not a Grady baby, but I was born in Northside, lived in East Point, moved to Stone Mountain. Doesn't really matter. We just say Atlanta because anytime you tell somebody that's not from Atlanta where you from, it's like, huh? Where you from? Huh? Oh, I only know Atlanta. That's why we always tell y'all we from Atlanta. Because the moment we tell you, I'm from Stone Mountain, I'm from Douglasville, Fairburn, I'm from Norcross, Duluth, is where that's at. We from Atlanta. Just like we said, because y'all be getting beside yourself, acting like you ain't never heard of stuff before. But whatever. I am from Metro Atlanta, Northside Hospital, baby. Um, and let's see, born and raised here. My parents, my father is from South Carolina, mother is from Kentucky. I have a sister who is 2 years older than me. I have a nephew who is 1. I don't have any kids. I went to college at the Alabama A&M University. The original hill. The hill. If you know, you know. And don't give me these comments talking about Alabama nothing. Okay? Leave the bumblebees out of the comment section. Okay? Went to college at Alabama A&M University, which is located in Huntsville, as they say, Huntsville, Alabama. I lived there, I want to say 6 years, 4 years in college, 2 years post-grad. Will never move back. Granted, it has grown a lot since I left in 2015, but will never move back. Moved back to Atlanta in 2015. I need one more dot right here because this side not giving like the other side. Moved back in 2015. Worked retail. My background is retail, visual merchandising, and retail management. I got my degree in fashion merchandising and design with a concentration in marketing. So that's how, you know, it all goes together. I did visual merchandising for about 6 years. Then went over to store management, assistant store manager, store management realm. Then shortly after that, I left retail because it was too much. Like, it was too much. I needed change. I needed my vacations. I needed holidays. I needed to spend more time with family if I could. So I ended up leaving and going into a different field, but would still be considered customer service. Left retail, went into the school system. I was in the school system for 4.5 years. That don't even sound right. But within the school system, I got into my administrative role. Then I went into bookkeeping, finance department, and I was in that role for 1.5 years, 2 years, something, 1.5 years, something like that. I don't remember. But I went from admin to bookkeeping, and now I'm at the job that I am now. And maybe if I ever decide to leave this company, I'll tell y'all what it is. But love my current job. I work from home. I'm a 9-to-5er, but from 5 to 9, I try to do my social media thing. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I got to share. You see how boring that is? It's not boring. My life is my life. My life is my life. My dad's side of the family is humongous. I don't even remember what grandchild I am. I want to say I'm in the 20s. No, I might be in the teens. My dad's side of the family is humongous. My grandmother and grandfather, yes, same woman, same man, had 17 kids in total. 12 boys, 5 girls. Very big family. Every last one of them except for 2 have 2 and up kids. Yes, so very big family. When my grandmother passed away, I think they put in her obituary or her program like 75 grandkids, 70 something. It's a lot of us, okay? It's a lot of us. She has a lot of great grandkids and all of the above. My mom comes from a smaller side. When I say that, I actually know I had an aunt, my uncle. My aunt had 1 child. My mom had me and her, and my grandma and my grandfather. And my great aunt and her kid. But I don't know that side to its entirety, so I can't, expound on it. What else about me? that's really about it, y'all. Boring. I'm a shopper. I prioritize my peace. I prioritize my well-being. I like to go out sometimes. And when I say sometimes, I mean sometimes, because Atlanta can get overwhelming. What do I need to do next? Oh, I need to set. Y'all see how quick this makeup look went? But Atlanta can get overwhelming. So when I'm outside, I'm outside. But when I'm inside, okay? I do want to travel more. My goal this year is to go on my first solo trip. I have plans in June to go on one, but looks like those plans may fall through. But that's okay, because the plane ticket is already bought, and I can always book and go somewhere else. So that's that. So I want to go on my first solo trip this year. Of course, I will never tell y'all where until after the fact. I'm working on YouTube, social media, all of that. So yeah, I think that's all I'm willing to share. I mean, it ain't like I got much, much else to share with y'all. True. Yeah, but I have friends. I'm saying I have friends that I've known double digits, friends that I've grown up with to this day, and life just be lifing, I love it. Step at a time, step at a time. I think now I'm almost at the process where I want to start dating, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, let me stop. So I'm going in and using Laura Mercier, and translucent honey to kind of set my concealer. And I just like to press it, because I feel like when I bake with that stuff, it gets real ashy and real quick. I don't contour because I can't find anything to contour with, but I do have this Fenty soft matte powder foundation that they told me to get at Sephora, that I feel like is what I kind of go in with to kind of chisel my cheek. And that's what I kind of go in with. And I like to use my bronzer brush, number 8. Is that 8 or 80? No, number 80 at Sephora. And they told me to kind of do one of these and go across in the forehead to give my face a little bit of color back, but not too much. So just go up like this, and then around the temple. Up like this, around the temple. You see, it give me a little, it give me a little chisel back. Not much, just a little chisel back. Put that up in there like that. So that's what I use. It's kind of my contour. And then we're gonna do the other side. Just squeeze it flat like this. Hit one of those. Oh, lot of product. And then just go up under the cheekbone and up over the temple. Cheekbone, temple. You see? Cheekbone, temple. And now just do a little bit more. Temple. So now we feeling a little snatched. And then I just like to go up in the hairline. Just to chisel that out a little bit more. Get that double chin, cheekbone area with the leftovers. Camera. This viewfinder is gonna be the mess of me. I don't want to say death because it's not that deep, but it's gonna be the mess of me because I just like looking at myself versus me looking in the camera. So now I'm looking slow because I keep looking over here, but whatever. We chiseled that. Y'all, now I went to go get this blush from Sephora. Oh, I knew I was breaking it slow. But I went and got this blush from Sephora. Super cute, super pink. And it's in the shade Hey Jealousy, number 17. And it's from the Sephora collection. So I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of that on my cheekbones. But I noticed I don't have a blush brush. This is a foundation brush, but we're gonna use it. When I tell you I'm not that good at this, but it works for me. And it's like super pigmented, but I'm always scared of blush. Cause you can go looking you can look clownish real quick. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of that and go up to kind of give myself the I'm bashful. Then I'm bashful look. And do kind of the same thing, cheekbone and up to the temple. So I do that, and this is Sephora brush 47. This is their foundation brush. But I use it for whatever I wanted to use it for. And so go to the other side, and then I do this side. Okay, I don't know if you can really see it, but then I go through on this side. Do the same thing, cheek to hairline. Can you see it? Probably not because of the lighting. And I put a little bit, you can see it better on this side because I put a little bit more on this side. But I think I need to do just a tad bit more here. Yeah. Can you kind of see it? Yeah. A little blush for the girls and the boys. And then I like to do a little dabble, boop, boop, on my nose. Give a little root off the red nose so I can look blushed. Okay. So that is my whatchamacallit, my blush. And then I kind of like to go back through with just a little bit more baking powder. I was about to say baking soda. Just a little bit more baking powder and kind of make sure that even the blush is kind of set. I know one of y'all gonna tell me, girl, don't do that. But again, it works for who? Me. So I just go through and put a little bit more baking powder, baking translucent powder. Am I hungry? Clearly. Put just a little bit more on there and press that in as much as possible to set. I need to hurry up. Oh, it's 4:31. And I gotta stop by my mama's house and pick up my new debit card, or I won't be Cinco de Drinko with nothing. I need the debits, babe. Okay. So powder is on. I do want to kind of do some highlight. So I'm gonna go through with a little bit of highlight. I'm gonna use that same blush brush and just do like a little dabble up in here to give myself some type of glow. And this highlighter, so old. This is Wet n Wild, Wet n Wild Crown of My Canopy. It's a highlighting powder. I've had this for quite some time, so that's what we're using. A dot on the nose. So there we go. Give ourselves a little glowy look. Doesn't matter. So we're gonna go in with this brow adhesive, eyelash adhesive. I have to make sure I get the eyelash adhesive that is latex free because your girl is allergic to latex. Another little known fact about me, I guess. I am allergic to latex. So we're just gonna go in here and put a little bit, and you don't need much. And when I tell you that this stuff dries quick, this is from Poppy and Ivy Beauty eyelash adhesive. And I rarely put a coat of mascara on before I do my lashes because my lashes don't curl. And for some reason, I feel like it makes it harder for me to put lashes on when I have mascara on. So I always do lashes first, mascara second, but here we are. We're just gonna do a little bit and then blend them in when we get the lashes dried. So I go in with my tweeze, and usually the lashes fit perfect, so I never really have to truly trim them. So a little blow. And y'all know the lashes tell you what eye to put them on, because y'all lashes be backwards, and I can tell. Look at your lash pack. The way this is sitting is the way they go on your eyes. So if you're looking at your lashes, look at them this way, they go on your eyes like that. Some of y'all be putting your lashes on backwards. But who am I to tell you, right? You might like it like that. Lash, do a little bend and snap to get it to curl. And then I just lay it. I go from corner, middle, and then end. Yep, and we're on. Yeah, I used to be able to put lashes on with my fingers from dance. I didn't even tell that little known fact about myself. I danced for 16 years, and not stripper dance, like full-fledged ballet, tap, jazz, modern, contemporary dance. Trained dancer for 16 years. I stopped in 2009 when I graduated high school because I just didn't love it no more. I didn't love it anymore. So I stopped. And I started when I was 2 years old, 3 years old, something of that nature. Other things I used to do. Now the kids nowadays, and I'm gonna say this, the kids nowadays are not involved in enough. Cause when I tell y'all my mama had us in something every Saturday. We was on dancing. I was a semi-professional bowler. A lot of people don't know that about me either. I was a semi-professional bowler. So every Saturday we'll go up to the bowling alley, get our game on. We traveled and went to several different bowling tournaments. I had custom ball, nice shoes, like custom shoes, custom bag. Yeah, that girl. A lot of people don't know that about me. I was a semi-pro bowler when I was younger and traveled the United States for bowling competitions. Nobody knew. And no, I'm not lying. You can ask my mama. I danced. What else did I do as a young? I was a cheerleader. Dance teacher. I know how to sew. I choose not to, but I know how to. So, yeah, when they say your girl is not a one-trick pony, she's not a one-trick pony. I know how to do something now. Ow, I poked myself. I know how to do a little something now. And I could put on a few clothes or two. So, yeah. She's pretty lit. She's pretty lit, you know? That's why my favorite date, I kid y'all not, is bowling. The moment you tell me we going bowling for a date, I'm like, that is like my favorite date night activity. My favorite. Lashes is on. Yeah, she's giving. Then I'm gonna go through on the dry side and kind of just blend my lashes in a little bit more with the lash. And then I'm gonna go and do my under eyelash as well. Oh, this is the L'Oreal Carbon Black Telescopic mascara. Goated. But yeah, a lot of people don't know, baby. My mama kept us active, okay? We were always doing something. If we weren't dancing, we were bowling. If we weren't bowling, we were traveling. Because my mom traveled a lot for work. And she brought us on a lot of those trips. So it's just like, you know. Yeah, now. You gotta concentrate on this. Because the moment it started getting smudged everywhere, you failed. Mascara under one eye. And let's do the other. I'm gonna try my best not to make that ugly mascara face. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You be like that. It just helps coat the lashes better when you make that face like that. I don't know why, but it just elongates them so you can see them better. Don't ask the science behind it. Just listen to me. My eyes watering. So we got our makeup on. Am I missing a step? Not according to my layout. I tried to lay it out in order in front of me so I can see it a little better, so I can make sure I don't miss a step. Well, we're gonna do our setting spray, Mother Goats, Charlotte Tilbury, but I also want to try one size because I heard it don't move for my makeup. It don't move, so I need to try that. So we're gonna go ahead and cover this. Hold on. And spray. Ooh, ooh. Spray. Ugh. I got a little water, a little eye spillage. I like to do Charlotte Tilbury, but sometimes she be getting me a little moist. Oily. She be getting me a little early. But that's her, so I'm gonna go back in and layer just a little bit of the Urban Decay D-Slick. Not too much though. They got all in my hair. And that is the makeup. I'm gonna come back when I'm dressed and I do my lippy and show y'all the full outfit and when I fix my hair because I messed it up. So I'm gonna clean up here and I'll be back. I'm gonna let the camera charge just a little bit because I gotta get up out of here. So I'm gonna be right back with the final look. So yeah, so I'm back. About to put on my lippy before this camera dies because I forgot to charge it. That same lip liner that I put on my brows is the same one I use for a lip liner. Do that with a little NYX Eclair. Little NYX Eclair. I'm wearing Prada Paradox by Prada. We're gonna do that and then put just a little bit of hot chocolate, the Gloss Bomb Heat from Fenty. Just to blend it all out. And that's my look. I have on my jacket from the Black History Month collection from Sammy B. I have on my cargo pants, and this is one of the outfits I wore on my Instagram that's never seen the light of day, and my New Balance because it is cold outside. So that's my look. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend to go follow your girl. We have a good time over here. Tell a friend and watch my videos. Let's run it up, okay? Yeah, and that's my video. Bye, y'all.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. 'Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced.